Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Deb Franklin. I'm the Director of Human Resources for the district. My responsibilities are human resources and strategic management. We're here today to share with you what the human resources function is. Most people remember human resources being that department that you went to where you had to fill out 59,000 different forms to change an address or something. But with us, it's a little bit more involved. So I'd like to share with you what we do. Human resources is a combination of two things. One is this human capital. If you have a finance background, you think of capital as being the financials. Well, with our area of the world, we look at the human capital, the employees, the people that make up the organization. We can have all the money in the world, but if we don't have the right people in the organization, then we could possibly fail. So we work very hard to make sure we have the awesome human capital that we need to make sure the district is ongoing and doing everything that we can to provide an environment that you're enjoying. The second part of that is called strategic planning. And the strategic planning is how we take all of those people and we look at what we're doing with them. Not only what departments they're in, but also what we're going to be doing in the next year, 3 years, 5 years, and so on, to make sure we have all that we need in those resources to make sure, again, that we're providing the environment that we've all come to love and enjoy. So if we talk about that, what HR now has become, instead of just that personnel department, it's now become that department that covers everything that has to do with an employee, from social activities, training and development, education, resources, compensation and pay, and all of those areas. Instead of being that complaint department where you didn't want to go, we're now that help department where we want to help our departments and our employees have everything that they need in order to be able to, again, provide the environment that makes us really happy being here. So human resources encompasses a couple different areas. One is general administration. That's that paperwork part that we don't really like to talk about. Compliance and employment law. There's a lot of legal issues and compliance issues that we cover. Recruitment and selection. How do we find the people to join our organization, and the best and the brightest that we can find. Compensation and benefits. Training, which is very important. And again, that additional piece of being that strategic partner with everybody that we work with. General administration still kind of looks like this. No matter how much we streamline efficiencies and effectiveness with computer programs, we still tend to have desks that are a little bit overwhelming with paperwork. But again, that's a necessary area of our department, and there's no escaping that. But the other areas that are more interesting are compliance and employment law. We look at limiting the district exposure to any employment-related legal liabilities, but we also want to make sure that we're providing an environment that, in respect and compliance of those laws and employment areas, that we're providing an environment that employees want to be at, that they enjoy, that they want to come to work. So some of the areas that we look at are Family Medical Leave Act, Fair Labor Standards Act, making sure that we're paying people accurately and fairly, whether they're salaried or hourly. Making sure that we protect personal health information with HIPAA, which is so important right now with health issues that are going on in the world. EEOC, making sure that we have a non-discriminatory work environment, that we look at what the knowledge, skills, and abilities that people bring to the organization and celebrate that. Workers' compensation, make sure we're providing a safe work environment and that we're in compliance with all those rules and regulations. And also COBRA and other areas of law and compliance. So that is a large part of what we do. Another part of what we do is recruitment and selection. How do we establish cost-effective measures and diverse methods to recruit those people that are the best and the brightest and that are going to do what we need for them to do in the work that we have to be done? How do we source people? How do we find those employees? How do we track that process? How do we interview and select our employees? We use behavioral-based questions, which not only assess the knowledge and technical abilities of an employee, potential employee, but also what will they be in relation to our core values? Will they understand what those are? And what is their experience in working with those kinds of things? So behavior is just as important as those technical abilities. And then that onboarding process to make sure that we have everybody aligned and working in the same direction. We also have compensation. So that encompasses a lot of things. It's not just pay, it's how do we get to how we pay people. Do we have accurate job descriptions? Have we assessed them and what we're asking people to do? Have we assessed them in a way that is competitively paying them for those tasks? And again, are we maintaining compliance with the Fair Labor Standards Act and all the legal issues that are tied to that? Benefits administration. We administer all our benefits programs, meaning our health and welfare benefits, but also supplemental insurances that we provide for our employees. We conduct employee assessments and surveys because we might provide something, but if it's not of interest or need to anybody, then we've wasted that benefit. So we look at what employees need, what they want, how competitive we can be in providing them cost-effective benefits, but also useful benefits. We want our employees to be educated consumers, meaning that we want to meet with them on a regular basis to make sure they understand all of the benefits that they have. Much like when we're in our car and we don't know really what our car insurance is until we have a minor accident, we also want to make sure that our employees are fully aware of all of the benefits that they have, medical, dental, vision, those kinds of things, even if it's our full-time employees. Our part-time employees do enjoy benefits as well with some retirement planning issues of benefits that are available to them. And again, being in compliance with the Affordable Care Act, coordination of benefits at termination, and again, those areas that we need to be in compliance with. Training. Training is a great area for us. It is an area that allows us to not only support and advance our overall business initiatives, but it keeps our staff primed for anything that's coming down the pike. So we're looking at training not only for technical skills, how we use Word and Excel or any kind of software that we have, but also acclimating people to our district culture, our core values of hospitality, stewardship, creativity, innovation, and hard work, how we apply those on a day-to-day basis and use them as a foundation for what we expect from our staff on a daily basis. Business, communications of policies and procedures. We have over 1,200 employees, and they are not all sitting in an office. So we use training programs as a format to get that information out to everybody so that they're hearing the same information and that they're all of the same understanding. General work-life issues, personal financial retirement, health and wellness initiatives that we might have, because most of our employees, as you'll see shortly, are residents. And if you're working, you're not maybe available to enjoy all of those other activities that are out there. So we'll bring organizations in to have those that information and those resources available to our staff. And then again, management skills. If we want to build for the future, we need to look at our current staff and look to who we want to grow and make sure we have succession planning organized and set for those things. Strategic planning. Our primary goal is to drive our organizational, cultural, and change management initiatives that are needed to achieve our strategic plan, our actions, where we're going in the current year, 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road. And those initiatives come from the community and from our government entities' requirements there. HR's role is multifaceted. We're not only a partner with our departments, we're a facilitator in getting things done, and we're also what I refer to as a provocateur. We like to push the envelope and be visionaries and approach this in a way that we can anticipate and also maybe have some fun with planning for new things in the future. Our areas of attention include a variety of things. One is strengthening communication. Again, having such a large workforce and making sure that our employees all the way through, from top to boots on the ground, our gate attendants, our patrol drivers, our recreation assistants, the people that you probably most have interaction with, are all tied in and engaged to what we're trying to do as an organization. We also want to look at employee engagement. Again, keeping people informed is one way, but also getting that information back and getting insights from them, because we are not all out with the boots on the ground. So it's how do we make sure we have that communication process and keep them engaged and have the value of their experience on a day-to-day basis and their input as well. And succession planning, which I referred to before in training, is how do we prepare for the future? Continued growth, change of needs. We want to make sure we have a pipeline of people in place ready to go for what we might need them to do and move them up through the ranks. Nurturing a culture of high employee performance that speaks to making sure our employees feel empowered, that they understand the quality of what we're looking for in their day-to-day efforts, understanding that we're looking always to build efficiencies and productivity, and also making sure that they understand the goals that we're trying to attain. So that's the strategic planning portion of what we do. Our unsung heroes, Katharine Graham said, to love what you do and feel that it matters, how could anything be more fun? We have many people. You see them on a regular basis, our recreation assistants, our boat crew, everybody adding their efforts to making sure this is an amazing and continues to be an amazing environment. From administration to our public safety department, community watch department, our dispatchers, patrol drivers, anybody in administration, we all work together to provide an amazing environment. So if you're really thankful, what do? You share. And that quote is important because when you look at our statistics, we have about 95% of our part-time staff are residents, 35% of our full-time staff. Overall, on average, we have about 75% of anybody that you're going to interact with is most likely a resident. You're going to see them on the golf course, you might see them on the tennis court, you might see them at a card game or pool. You're going to see people that are so committed to this environment that they wanted to contribute their own abilities and maintaining it and making it exciting. As you can see, we have nearly 1,200 employees, and 2/3 of that are our part-time staff. So they don't participate in the same benefits that our full-time staff do, but they are so committed and so instrumental to what you see here on a day-to-day basis. So we appreciate all our employees equally. So how do you become a district employee? You're probably saying, Deb, we're really not interested right now. We're new residents, or we just are retired and we're having a great time. Well, there may come a time where that honey-do list is done, or you are absolutely bored and want to do something else. And we would welcome you to help in contributing to our environment and our work. So you can go to our district website, www.districtgov.org, and go right to the Human Resources Department, or on the front page, there's a quick link that you can go to for employment opportunities. It's an online process, it streamlines, and even if you go and you don't see anything that you available right now, you can put a little tickler in and it will email you and tell you when that position's open. So if you know somebody that's looking, please refer them. We love to get referrals, so we appreciate that. Our human resources team is a small but mighty group. We have several employees. We have Angela Carazello, Terry Ann Carroll, Angela Patillo, Tiffany Rappel, Pamela Webb, and myself. We overall probably have over 50 years of HR experience, and we're here to help our staff and support our departments in any way that we can. So thank you for today. I hope this shed new light for you on what Human Resources does, and hopefully we'll see you as part of our team at some point in the future. Thank you.